Have you ever dreamed of visiting the magical city of Paris? The City of Light, as it's often called, is full of wonder and excitement around every corner. From towering monuments to charming cafes, there's so much to see and do. Whether you're an art lover, a history buff, or just looking for a romantic getaway, Paris has something for everyone. Today, we're going to explore the top 10 amazing things you can do in this beautiful place. Get ready to fall in love with Paris as we take you on a virtual tour of its most incredible sights and experiences. 1. Climb the Eiffel Tower. The Eiffel Tower is a huge iron tower that stands tall in Paris. It's as high as a 90-story building. Many people say it's the most famous thing in all of Paris. You can take an elevator or climb stairs to get to the top. From up there, you can see all of Paris spread out below you. It's an awesome view that you'll never forget. At night, the tower lights up and sparkles. It looks like a giant Christmas tree made of metal. Seeing the Eiffel Tower shine in the dark is magical. Fun fact, there's a secret little apartment at the very top of the tower. The man who built it, Mr. Eiffel, used it to meet important people like Thomas Edison. Don't forget to check out the gift shops at the base of the tower. You can buy cute mini Eiffel Towers to take home as souvenirs. 2. Explore Montmartre. Montmartre is a cute neighborhood on a big hill. It has narrow, winding streets and lots of artists painting pictures outside. At the top of the hill is a beautiful white church called Sacré-Cœur. From there, you can see all of Paris. It's one of the best views in the whole city. Famous artists like Picasso and Van Gogh used to live in Montmartre. They loved painting the pretty streets and the fun atmosphere. Today, you can still see artists working on their paintings in the streets. You might even get to watch them create a masterpiece. While you're there, try some delicious French crepes from one of the street vendors. They're like thin pancakes filled with sweet or savory treats. 3. Visit Notre Dame Cathedral. Notre Dame is a very old and beautiful church in the middle of Paris. It was built over 800 years ago. The church has big, colorful windows called rose windows. When the sun shines through them, it looks like a rainbow inside the church. Sadly, there was a big fire at Notre Dame in 2019. It hurt the roof and the tall spire on top. But don't worry, people are working hard to fix it. It should be open again at the end of 2024. Even though you can't go inside right now, you can still see how pretty it is from the outside. It's fun to imagine all the history that happened there over hundreds of years. Take a walk around the island where Notre Dame stands. It's called Boule de la Cité, and it's one of the oldest parts of Paris. 4. Discover the Louver Museum. The Louvre is the biggest art museum in the whole world. It used to be a palace where kings and queens lived. Inside, you can see famous paintings like the Mona Lisa. There are also old Egyptian mummies, Greek statues, and lots of other cool art from long ago. The Louvre is so big that if you spent just 30 seconds looking at each piece of art, it would take you 100 days to see everything. Outside the museum is a big glass pyramid. It looks really neat, especially when it's lit up at night. If you get tired while exploring, there are cafes inside where you can take a break and have a snack. It's a good idea to rest your feet after walking through so many amazing galleries. 5. Stroll along the Champs Elysees. The Champs Elysees is a very famous street in Paris. It's wide and lined with trees, fancy shops, and nice restaurants. At one end of the street is a big arch called the Arc de Triomphe. You can climb to the top of it for another great view of Paris. The Champs Elysees is also where big parades happen, like on Bastille Day, France's Independence Day. And every year, it's where the Tour de France bike race ends. Walking down this street makes you feel like you're in a movie about Paris. 6. Relax in Luxembourg Gardens. Luxembourg Gardens is a beautiful park in the middle of Paris. It has pretty flowers, lots of trees, and a big pond where kids can sail little toy boats. There are comfy chairs all around the park where you can sit and relax. You might see people playing chess, reading books, or having picnics. The park also has a palace that was built for a queen a long time ago. Now, it's where the French Senate meets to make laws. Luxembourg Gardens is a great place to take a break from the busy city and enjoy some quiet time in nature. 7. Take a boat ride on the Seine River. The Seine is the big river that runs through Paris. Taking a boat ride on it is a fun way to see the city from a different view. As you float along, you'll pass by many famous Paris sites like the Eiffel Tower, Notre Dame, and the Louver. The boat captain will tell you interesting facts about what you're seeing. A boat ride is extra special at sunset when the sky turns pretty colors and the city lights start to come on. It's very romantic. Some boats even serve dinner while you cruise. Imagine eating yummy French food while floating past beautiful buildings. 8. Explore the Catacombs. The Catacombs are spooky underground tunnels filled with old bones and skulls. They're like a huge maze under the streets of Paris. A long time ago, when the city's graveyards got too full, they moved millions of bones down into these old stone mines. Now, you can take a tour through the tunnels and see all the bones neatly stacked up. It might sound a little scary, but it's very interesting to learn about the history of Paris this way. Just remember to bring a sweater, it's chilly down there. Keep an eye out for interesting carvings and artwork on the walls. People who worked in the catacombs long ago left behind some surprising decorations. 9. Visit the Palace of Versailles. Versailles is a huge, fancy palace just outside of Paris. It was built by King Louis XIV, who wanted the biggest and most beautiful palace in the world. Inside, you'll see rooms covered in gold, with fancy paintings on the ceilings and sparkly chandeliers. The most famous room is the Hall of Mirrors, which has 357 mirrors lining the walls. The gardens outside are just as impressive as the palace. They have pretty fountains, neat hedges cut into shapes, and even a fake village where the queen used to pretend to be a farmer. Visiting Versailles is like stepping back in time to when kings and queens ruled France. In the summer, there are special fountain shows in the gardens. The fountains dance to music, creating a magical atmosphere. 10. Experience Parisian Cafes. Paris is famous for its cute little cafes. They're great places to sit outside, drink coffee or hot chocolate, and watch people go by. Many famous writers and artists used to hang out in Paris cafes. They would spend hours talking about ideas and working on their art. Try ordering a croissant with your drink. It's a flaky, buttery pastry that's super yummy. Or be brave and try a macaron, which is a colorful French cookie that comes in lots of flavors. Sitting at a cafe is a perfect way to feel like a real Parisian and soak up the city's atmosphere. And there you have it, the top 10 things to do in Paris. This beautiful city has so much to offer, from amazing art and history to yummy food and pretty views. Whether you're climbing to the top of the Eiffel Tower, exploring underground tunnels, or simply enjoying a coffee at a sidewalk cafe, Paris is sure to capture your heart. If you enjoyed learning about Paris, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button to see more videos about cool places around the world. And leave a comment telling us which Paris activity you'd like to try first.